game, don't play with my name. You come with your goons, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show, I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah, put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show, I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey coach, put me in the game.
Tonight, from SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Justin Herbert and the LA Chargers taking on Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins.
Southern California has a new modern home for NFL football, and it is this place, wondrous SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. Tonight, we've got a good AFC matchup on tap between the Miami Dolphins and the Los Angeles Chargers. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Now Tua Tagovailoa gets set to lead this Dolphins offense for the first time.
Every time he leads his team out, there's no questioning. He's put the work in to earn his place in the NFL. There's no shortage of stories we've heard throughout his career about the effort he puts in to be in this spot. And that motivates everybody on his team.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he'll get about 3 up past the 25. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And that is incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. On the return, Carter. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger offense makes its way out for the first time in this ball game, and leading the way, already a star in just his 3rd season, it's Justin Herbert.
It hasn't taken Herbert long to earn this status as one of the league's best and most entertaining passers. He's locked and loaded on every snap, and the second he sees an opening, the ball's soaring downfield. You've got to be on your A game at all times against him. The second you slip up, he's liable to burn you.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. It's Eckler again. Oh, he shifts past him, and he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. Back to throw here, Herbert. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, Herbert. Quick slant complete to Keenan Allen. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 22-yard line. Here's Herbert. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, what looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Forced out to his left. And he's got it. Touchdown. Keenan Allen with a touchdown reception from Justin Herbert. And the Chargers put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was Keenan Allen who finished it all off with the touchdown reception. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. So Miami coming out for their second drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now Tua. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's another zone defense that looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It's Khalil Mack that time, shooting in there to get him to the ground.
Even keeping the back in for extra protection on 3rd down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Here comes Carter. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Here's Herbert. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a 1st down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble. Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Herbert jet sweep as he taps it forward. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Herbert. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Gerald Everett from a yard out. And the Chargers go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Miami set to take over. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Kenneth Murray, the linebacker, there to make the play defensively.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a 1st down. They'll run straight ahead with Wilson. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And a little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Tua going to throw. Oh, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 20-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he is going to lose yardage here. Off the edge and right to the ball that time was Kyle Van Noy.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Now on 2nd and 13, Tua. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Here's Tua. And this is going to be incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
The kick by Sanders is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment. The Charger drive about to get going. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Herbert on 1st down now. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. 20, 10, touchdown, Allen. the second touchdown here in this first half. And the Chargers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball, or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary, or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they're going to continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 2 is throws taken in by Waddle. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. To throw again on second down. Tua, and incomplete. Easy to tell who they're targeting on this drive. He caught the first 2 passes, but then this time unable to hook up.
But I don't think that stops them from continuing to go back to him, do you?
No.
I mean, they've got a plan. They're trying to execute it.
And after that second catch, I saw him in the huddle. He said, hey, let's go back one more time. Didn't work there. Now the veteran Thomas Morstead on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taken in at the 22. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and they will take over 1st and 10. Austin Eckler and the Charger offense reclaim center stage. He's been effective so far over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
From the 38, Herbert. They'll find Everett there, complete. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. This one is maybe not exactly in the bag yet, but there is definitely a big mountain to climb in this third quarter. The teams are already back out there, so let's not waste any time as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They've reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Eckler going to get it again on second down. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 67 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Out to his left. And trying to get it to his tight end, Rodgers, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
And the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. He'll look to Mostert to start things out. Takes it to about the 37. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. And his throw is incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
That's going to be caught by Waddle. And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of a first as he's tackled at the 47. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
No, that's you, partner. From his own end zone, Herbert. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Third quarter now from SoFi Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10. To throw from his end zone. Herbert throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Allen. And all the way to the 25 before he's hit and dropped. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Eckler now between the tackles. And some room to maneuver. Dances by him. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, 75 yards. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And bring out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's Austin Eckler who finishes things off with a touchdown run. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Give him 6 yards in the 1st down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day. They're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 38, Herbert. He's got a man. That's Keenan Allen. And he'll be brought down at the 27. On 1st and 10, Herbert. Give him another one right back to Allen. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. Let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
Touchdown, Chargers! Trey McKinney, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers start to open this lead even wider here in the 4th. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Miami's offense set and ready to go. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw here taken in by Gesicki. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's second down. Tua sets up to pass it. They complete it to Hill. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. The offense on third down tonight, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down. 4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua. Got a man. It's Waddle, complete. And he will have a Dolphins first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. Flush to his right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Well, partner, you and I will be headed to the airport, but after this game, when it's interview time, someone's going to ask this quarterback what hurt worse, the interceptions or the sacks. His whole day has been rough. Barring a miraculous comeback, this offense is going to win this game, but he's probably going to say what hurt most is the loss.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Open net is Waddle, complete. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. There's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken around the 12. A good head down running on the return, gets about 15 yards. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. The Chargers ready to take over. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. With the late lead, Herbert's going to throw it. On the move to his left. Throw left side, take it in by McKinney. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. I know it's tough to make tackles in the open field, but that one hurts because he got a little bit extra after the missed tackle.
Receivers are coached so well, they have to break at least 1 tackle after the catch. He did that on that play.
Now Herbert firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. 2nd and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5. Up the middle with Eckler. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. On 3rd down and short and everything well executed, he not only gets the first down, Charles, he gets the touchdown as well.
And you see the defense commit to the run so often in these situations. There's always that little bit of hesitancy, isn't there, partner? Thinking that they may play action yet. They took advantage of that hesitancy and found their way into the end zone with a running play.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's Austin Eckler who finishes things off with a touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Miami set to take over. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days. They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Looking to pass. Tua. Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. He rifles one that's intercepted. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off to let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off season, but on game day, you both want to show your best, and I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaunt. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night, everybody.